All right, guys, let's continue practicing with our triangles. I think we're on a good roll this week, so we are going to stick with classifying and creating triangles for the week and then move on to polygons next week. So let's review how to classify triangles before we start creating them. So you can group triangles in two ways. The first way is through their angles, the measurement of their angles. So we have acute triangles, right triangles, and obtuse triangles. Acute triangles, all three angles are acute, which means all three angles are less than 90 degrees. With a right triangle, there is one angle that is a right angle. That is it. We only need one angle that is a right angle. Same thing for our obtuse triangles. With our obtuse triangles, there is only one angle that is obtuse. The word obtuse means that our angle is more than 90 degrees. The next way we can classify triangles is through their sides. So there are three different ways we can classify them by sides. That's through equilateral, isosceles, and scalene. So an equilateral triangle, all three sides are the same length. With an isosceles triangle, two of the sides are the same length. The way I remember this, and I told you guys this on Monday, is I think of isosceles like eyes. We have two eyes. Isosceles triangles have two sides that are the same. And then our last one is scalene. So a scalene triangle has no sides that are the same length. All right, let's start creating some triangles, which is what you're going to focus on today. So here, our example says create an acute isosceles triangle. What that means is that my angles, all three, are going to be less than 90 degrees. What does that mean for my sides? Well, if it's an isosceles triangle, I need to have two sides that are the same length. All right, let's try it out. You guys know I'm not the best artist, so let's see how I can do on here. Okay, so I need to insert a line. Boom. All right. Okay, so I need three angles less than 90 degrees, and I need two sides that are the same length. All right, so I'm going to start here and focus on my angles. So I'm going to add that line right there. I'm going to add another line right here. And then I'm going to complete my triangle by adding a third line here. Now let's check it out. Okay, so I have three acute angles, right? This is smaller than 90, this is smaller than 90, and this is smaller than 90. Do I have two sides that are the same length? Absolutely. This side and this side are both the same. So that is an example of an acute isosceles triangle. Now, we might not get it on the first try, and that's okay. You might need to play around with your lines a little bit. All right, let's move on to the next example. Here we are creating an obtuse scalene triangle. So what that means, for my angles, I have to have one angle that is obtuse, so bigger or larger than 90 degrees. What does that mean for my sides? Well, it's scalene, so no sides are going to be the same. All right, let's try it out. Again, we might need to play around with it a little bit, and that's okay. So I'm going to start with having my first line of my triangle go this way. All right. Now I want to focus on getting that obtuse angle. So I'm going to draw my next line going this way, because I know that if I go straight up, that's going to be a 90-degree angle, but I need this angle to be bigger than 90 degrees. Okay, so I'm going to curve it out that way. All right, let's add our final line, and we're going to link these two together. Now let's take a look and see if our sides match up. So this is scalene, so I don't want any sides to be the same length. It looks like this side is much longer than the other two sides. Are these sides the same? Nope. This side covers 3 dots. This side only covers 2 dots. So we have a scalene triangle that has no sides that are the same. We also have our obtuse triangle with this obtuse angle right here. All right, one more practice before we move on to your class kick. All right, we are going to create a right isosceles triangle. So what does that mean for us? Well, a right angle, so our angles, we have to have one right angle, which means one 90-degree angle. And what does that mean for our sides? Well, we're doing an isosceles triangle, so we have to have 2 sides that are the same. All right, let's get going. We're going to insert a line straight across here. Now, I know that I need a right angle, which means that I'm going to have to do my next line straight up. I need that perfect 90-degree angle. So my second line, is going to go straight up. Boom. All right, my third line is going to connect these 2 lines. And here we go. We have a right angle right here. Now let's check and make sure this is an isosceles triangle. That means 2 sides are the same. All right, let's take a look. We've got 2 sides right here, this side and this side, that are equal. Okay, they're going straight across 3 dots. Now, why is this side not equal? That's because we are going straight across at an angle, so it is a little bit longer than these two sides. So this works. We're good to go. We have our right isosceles triangle. All right, guys, it is your turn to get practice with this skill. There is an optional math Zoom meeting at 11:30. Oh, I forgot to change this. Sorry, guys. At 11:30 today and Thursday. So if you are having trouble with this, log on to Zoom at 11:30 today or tomorrow, and we will practice this skill together and get through the class kick together. All right, good luck, guys. You guys are doing great.